Jimmy Carr, thank you for your time.
Oh, well, it's wonderful to be here with you. Can't believe your luck. I noticed you've got crabs.
Yes? Yes, I have crabs on my
But you
shirt.
have to look, well, and, oh, yes, as well.
Let's talk about me.
Sure.
We first met in Montreal in 2015. I was a young kid. I was nothing, right? The world in my eyes, hoping for a career in comedy. Now, hosting my own show on Australian TV, which has a Twitter account with over 2,000 followers.
Wow.
Impressed?
Yes. So you've got one TV show.
Yep.
Okay.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yep.
How many do you have, Jimmy?
Well, I would need to get a couple of cancelled before I was at this level. But I'm sure I can do that.
You're in Australia, you're touring your best of show. Greatest hits, gold, what is it again?
Possibly
Gold hits.
either the worst or the best idea a comic's ever had. I thought, well, you go and see bands and you go, oh my God, just play the hits.
Yeah.
Play the hits, so don't play a new one, you're gutted. And comics sort of never do that.
What, do you got 350 gags in the show or something like that? They can't all be the best.
I think...
What's the worst joke in the show?
The worst
Like
joke in the show?
quality-wise, just not in terms of like offensiveness, just like that's not just up there with the greats.
There's a few that are like pretty, I mean, that I just really like.
Yeah.
If I had an optician's, I'd make them do the shop sign in a blurry font.
That's good.
I really like it. It was one of the first
that.
jokes that I wrote, and I kind of went, and there's a few that are in there from my first ever sort of set that I went, oh, that still works. It's still like it's still a nice joke, and it's a weird thing when you look back at the stuff you did like 15 or 16 years ago, and you go, oh, it's still very much my sense of humour. I could sort of go, oh yeah, okay.
You have an estimated net worth of £12 million.
No, not the case.
Not the case?
No.
Higher or lower?
Significantly higher.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done with money? Like the craziest expense you've ever made?
I have a Starbucks in my home.
I've heard this. Someone told me this about you. You set up not just like a Starbucks like coffee machine, like you set up the whole Starbucks in the house.
Is that crazy?
Yeah!
Why is that crazy?
Because there are people starving in the world.
It's people thirsty. In my house, first thing in the morning.
That's something a Bond villain does, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, this is nothing personal. I just feel like I need to ask every male entertainer this question right now. Are you a sex pest?
You wish. I see the way you look at me.
You have opened for Louis C.K. before. You work with him.
Yeah.
Did he ever masturbate in front of you?
No. No, he did not.
Is that insulting?
I didn't. He didn't take it out on me. I saw it coming.
You saw Louis C.K. coming.
I just like a pun. There's nothing the matter with that.
Do you ever get offended?
Not by a joke, I don't think.
No. What do you get offended by?
Nothing.
Really?
Pretty much nothing. I'm very rarely kind of upset by stuff within that safe space if it's on stage at a comedy show. We all know what we're doing here. It's not saying that political correctness doesn't matter.
Right.
It does matter, but it's about context. So it matters if you go to a doctor's or you go to a police station, you want to hear the right terminology.
Yes.
Jump up on the table, let's have a look at that cunt. You would be horrified, but I'm not offended by the word cunt in a joke.
In 2015, when we met, you and I faced off in a roast battle in Montreal. Two comedians going up against each other, roasting each other, doing jokes about each other. In the roast tradition, you've been involved in Comedy Central roasts. It's about being as brutal and offensive and saying the darkest possible shit as possible. And it's all fine because people give permission to say those things about each other.
Did you roast me? I remember roasting you, but I don't remember anything coming back.
No. Okay, you're being funny for the people in the room, but...
No, genuinely.
For people at home, but I was definitely there. And
I don't even remember who won.
I do. Now, it wasn't recorded, okay? It was a live event, so I feel like for the viewers at home, we should recreate it. You can go first, yep.
I'd mentioned that you were a gay Australian man. I said sexuality is not a substitute for personality. Most gay guys are really fit and well-dressed. You sure you're gay?
Jimmy Carr has a stick wedged so far up his ass, my dick didn't even touch it when he let me fuck him last night.
Okay. Tom Ballard looks like an enormous baby. We should use you to wean paedophiles off children.
Jimmy Carr, everyone, or as I call him, Gay Richard Nixon.
It's pretty good. It's maybe a little bit too topical.
Yeah. I'm ahead of the curve, me.
Tom is a little sensitive about his disgusting body. I've got a one-word weight loss plan for you. AIDS. AIDS, or as I prefer to call it, the slow puncture.
Laughing in his own gear!
Yeah, that's all right, isn't it? It's a long time ago. Forgotten these. Tom is gay. The last woman he was inside was his mother, which is something we have in common. She says hi, by the way. I think it was hi. She had a mouthful.
Good. I'd love to be able to do an impression of you, Jimmy Carr, but I'd have to get someone else to write it for me.
Sure.
To think of that one. I think it's good.
Okay. Tom is not just gay, he's also an animal activist and vegetarian. We get it. Gay.
Can I do the one about your mum?
100%.
Jimmy, your mum died in 2001. She died of pancreatic cancer, and yet you're still not considered side-splitting. You're into one-liners. Your mum was more into flatlining.
Doesn't quite work, but it's such a good area.
A good area? I'll take that as a win. In your face, Jimmy Carr, you suck. Tom Ballard's the best.
And I laughed at myself.
Jimmy Carr, it was a pleasure to talk to you again.
We're going to have to fist bump.
Fist bump, bro.
Cool.
Peace.
Great to see you, man.
Great to see you too. Have a great time in Australia doing jokes.
Love it.